I'm Vigalius. Alright, I think so. The hell was that intro, dude? Wow, I'm going to leave it in too. I'm straight up leaving it in. Screw you. I'm just going to be baller and leave that goddamn intro in. Hey, so let's talk about some stuff tonight. Let's talk about this game. I want to talk about this game that I'm playing. So Modern Warzone, I think it is, on Twitter, just did a poll to determine what the best, or what everyone's favourite multiplayer Call of Duty experience has been of the last 4 years. So that includes Cold War, Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. And, surprisingly, for me at least, Modern Warfare 3 won. It got 45% of the vote, and I'm glad it did. I for one, voted for it too, but a lot of people were polled. But yeah, I think Modern Warfare 3 may well be the best multiplayer of those last 4 years. But of course, all of the comments are exactly what you would expect them to be, because as the slogan goes on the internet, you can't just say one thing. Everyone has to say the same thing. It's all just one comment over and over again, the same thing. Oh, this is the honeymoon phase. Oh, the honeymoon phase. Oh, here we go again, boys, with the honeymoon phase. I tell you what, come back in 6 months, come back in February, come back next March. Let's see what people really think of the game then. Then that's the time to do the poll. You did the poll way too early. And it's one of my biggest sort of like unpopular opinions on the internet, and that's that I completely disagree with this philosophy. I don't agree at all. I don't think that we should judge things then, and I don't think that's the best time. Okay, it's not that I don't think we should. I think that maybe it's interesting to do a sort of retrospective, because I mean, I do it myself, and occasionally my opinions change. But I think the best time to review something like this, to take a look, a deep dive into a game like this, is right at the start. I've said this before, but I want to delve into this now. It's right at the start, and there are so many reasons as to why that's the case that it couldn't possibly be any other way. Firstly, the reason you recommend a video game to anyone, or a film or an album or anything like that, is to let them know whether the monetary investment is something that you would recommend. Most people who are going to buy the game would have bought the game already, within the time span before, let's say, for example, February. People already would have got it for Christmas or when the game came out or something like that. And I just don't see anything of value happening when you do a review several months in. People want to know what the feeling towards the game is in the moment. Also, advance a few months, and people don't really care about the experience nearly as much as they did anyway. It's beginning to become slightly passé, and it's not something that you could recommend in a sense of being in the moment. Like, would I recommend you being there for the birth of this Call of Duty game, or really the peak of this Call of Duty game, I guess would be a better term? Yes or no. And that's why we should judge things at the time that they came out. But also, and this is the case that I always make, nostalgia. I mean, when you retroactively look back at one of these games or one of these products, you attach so many memories and so many feelings to the moment and the experience of that game releasing. And we're going to go with game for this, because I cannot be bothered to keep using qualifiers. But yeah, you attach so much to those experiences that they don't just become those soul experiences. They don't just become a experience that you purchased and are analyzing. They become an experience that you had. Playing Black Ops 2 back in the day you begin to not judge whether the sprint speed was good, whether the graphics were good, the animations were good, the maps were good. You begin to go, I had an amazing time, and I cracked open the Mountain Dew and the Doritos, and we got stuck in, and we played squad battles, and all of this stuff, and that's why I think it's important to use the analytic tools that you are still separating from your emotions and your feelings and your experiences. In a time that you can do that, which is at the beginning of the process of the runtime of the game. I think it's the most important time to do it. I think it's very important to go, okay, this is where I'm at my coldest. This is where I'm at my, okay, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? And you have to remember that someone going into this experience fresh and new based off of your recommendation or lack thereof is going to be experiencing things in a new way, much in the way that I just explained, and much in the way that you will be when you experience this game or product for the first time. And so I think, like I said, it's very important to grasp and hold on to that analytical sort of part and time span of the game. And so yes, I think now is the perfect time to talk about Modern Warfare 3. Maybe not now, when Prestige is a friggin' available will be the perfect time. And I know in the future the game will have more content, they'll unravel more and stuff like that. But again, we're experiencing the peak now. We are experiencing that time. We're experiencing the most important time of the game, and this is the time that I think we should draw from. So those are my thoughts on that. I know you're going to disagree with it. It's a very extreme opinion when it comes to gaming, but that's genuinely how I feel. So I guess I'll see everyone later.